Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to see you this bright sunny morning. We've been going through this series on relationships. God designed everything in the universe to exist because of relationships. So relationships is a pretty important thing for us to study, to learn about. And so far, we've discussed, a few weeks ago, we discussed our relationship with God, our Heavenly Parent. Right? That was actually on the beginning of the Lunar New Year. We celebrated Heavenly Parents' Day. And then after that, we talked about marriage, and that was around the time of the International Blessing of Marriage ceremony on Foundation Day. And we talked about that. And last week, James talked about family, right? Family, parent-child relationships and all the fun, excitement, and challenges that are involved there. This week, we're going to dive into the friendship, friends. It's the expansion of our relationships from our family level to the community and the larger world around us. And family, friends is such a big topic that we're actually going to cover it in 2 sessions. We're going to go through it this week. We're going to talk about the relationships, the true friendship. What are the value of friendship, and what are the qualities of true friends and true friendship. Next week we'll dive into, so how do we actually make new friends? And how do we build up our friendships to make them deeper and more profound? I want to start off with a few quotes. The first is, this is from John, the book of John, from Jesus. Jesus says, "My command is this, love each other as I have loved you. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends, living for the sake of others." Right? And then from Father Moon, "The way to heaven is to broaden the scope of our love by loving the people in our homes, by loving our neighbors, by loving our friends, relatives, clans, nations, and the whole population of the world. So all relationships expand out from the foundation of our relationships and love in the family." So let's talk just a little bit about the value of true, deep friendships in our lives. We all have the desire for relationships and friends. The first point is really we're designed to grow through relationships. And for our spiritual growth, for our spiritual health, we need to have relationships. We grow through the give and take action, the interaction between ourselves and the people around us. And we restore things, relationships. We can work through some of the challenging difficulties. We round out our personality through relating with friends and interacting with friends. We learn through those relationships. Also, there's a lot of healing work that happens in relationships with friends. So there's the spiritual growth side, but also there's a certain component of emotional support that we get from friends. We are not meant to be alone. We need each other. We need friends. Emotional support a lot of times is those friends who we trust, that we can count on, who we can go to for support and help. Without that, being an island is not so great, to be isolated and alone. In addition to the spiritual growth, our growth and our emotional support, also, honestly speaking, people who have friends are healthier. It's interesting. It's been statistically shown that those people who have more deep friendships and relationships and interacting with other people live longer than people that have very few friends. And there's lots of reasons for that kind of outcome. More people pay attention to when you are sick, more people who pay attention to people's needs and like that. But also that emotional support, that's certainly a big plus for our physical health as well. Now, in addition to that, spiritually our growth, for emotional support and our physical health, well, also the purpose of life is joy, right? And we experience the greatest amount of joy in relationships with people around us. So who are the best people to enjoy life with? Friends. To enjoy life with friends. We can multiply joy through sharing our joy. I have a certain amount of joy when I experience something. I read a book or see a good movie or something. But we can multiply that joy when we share it with someone else. when we share that, oh man, this great song, you got to hear this great song, right? We multiply joy by sharing things with our friends. So we're designed to be social beings that contribute to each other, that interact with each other, and we can multiply joy in the world through that relationship. Well, the final point, that's important value of deep and good friendships is the accomplishment of our goals in our life. We're designed to build things as a team. There's a certain amount we do on our own. But if we really have big goals, we need to engage other people, partners that we can trust, that we can work through to accomplish those goals. So friendship is by God's design, the tool for us to expand our world beyond just our own family. And God's design for multiplying goodness, joy, love, and the accomplishment of goals and purposes in our lives. So, where's a good place to find friends? Church? Yeah, that's a good place. Church, also work and things like that. But with church, that's why we encourage small groups. Meeting together as small groups to fellowship, cultivate and develop friendships and relationships. That's also why we do outings, right? Nature outings. Let's get out and do stuff together as families and as friends and expand it. Also, all the youth programs and youth activities we're doing, what do we want? We want to nurture friendship, bonding, and connection between especially the next generation to lead for the future. We all need friends. It's important that we have friends that we can support and also who can support us in what we're doing. So how do we move a friendship from, there's a lot of people at church here, so I'm acquainted with, about everyone. I can say hi, I may remember your name, but how do we move from an acquaintance to actually a friend, and even from a casual friend to a deeper friend that's a profound and a significant relationship? Well, to have deep friends, be a deep friend, right? If you want true friends in your life, we need to, in our own life, practice the qualities of true friendship. So if we treat people the way we want to be treated, then that's what we're going to attract in our lives. So what I want to explore today are these qualities, 6 qualities of true friendship, of deep friendship and deep relationships. Deep friendships are not things that just happen by accident. And in fact, you can have a deep friendship that just wills away too if you don't invest in it. Deep friendships require investment. They're on purpose. They're things that we choose to do and choose to invest in. So the very first quality is we invest time. We take time to be with the people that we care about. We express interest in the people that we are interested in and that we care about. We show up in their lives. That's in person, face-to-face contact. Also through the phone. Hi there, how you doing? Checking in. Even voicemail or even mail or email if we're distance apart. But this kind of friendship, we're not talking about Facebook. Okay? I know some of us have thousands of friends on Facebook, and probably half those friends are not even acquaintances. We don't even know their names. Well, I don't know. They said they wanted to be my friends, so I got more friends. I want to have as many friends as possible. So those are not, genuine friends. Those are Facebook friends, right? What we want are people that spend time with, that we spend time with and invest time in. If someone says to you, we're going to get together. We're having a party over at our house. You say, okay, I'll be there in spirit. Are they being there? I'm with you in spirit. Okay, well that's a nice thought, if you can't really be there, but is that deepening a friendship or deepening a relationship? No. No, it's not real. So the first quality of true friendship is that we invest the time it takes to maintain and cultivate a friendship and a relationship. An amazing thing is that when we're looking to try to make friends, we want to get more friends, a lot of times we think, I need to make myself interesting. I need to do things that other people like so that they'll like me. I'm trying to get friends that way. That is rarely successful. the best way to cultivate a deep friendship is look for the people that you're interested in, that you care about, and find out about them. Express your own interest in them. That actually is the best way to find friends. Because if someone comes to you and is interested and asks you questions about what you're doing, we all like that. I respond to that, right? When someone asks and expresses that common interest, well, if we do that with the people around us, that deepens our friendship. If we really take a genuine interest and invest the time to get to know the people in our lives. Well, in addition to investing time, there's also this important factor of trust. The real thing that makes a difference between an acquaintance or a casual friend is the level of trust we have with that person. Even when we think about the process of healing and restoration, a lot of work that we do in our lives is about restoring trust. And we talk about making the foundation of faith, or our connection with God, restoring trust with God. Well, always we're working to build and deepen the trust relationship we have with the people in our lives, the people that we care about. Well, there's 3 ways that we build trust in relationships. Because building trust is something that we have to invest time into. We have to make it happen. Automatically, there's a little bit of trust, but genuine trust is something that develops over time. Well, the first thing is that we need to be reliable people. We need to be loyal people, and we need to keep people's confidences. So, first of all, reliable. That's reliable means dependable. When I make a promise, I keep it. If I tell you I'm going to be there, I'm there. It's also what we make spiritual conditions in our relationship with God. We make a promise to God, say I'm going to pray for the next 7 days. Well, we make that promise and we keep it. This builds a foundation of trust, a foundation of faithfulness by being reliable. So that's the first thing in our life. If we want to deepen the relationships with the people around us, we need ourselves to be reliable people. When we say we're going to do something, we want to be people of our word. And that's also the people that we want in our lives, right? Reliable people. Secondly is loyalty. Being loyal means that we believe in our friends. We're always expecting the best for them. And we defend our friends. We stand up for them and defend them. We're sometimes even willing to sacrifice our own time to help out our friend. Loyalty is something that's, sometimes people don't talk so much about that anymore. It's like, there's brand loyalty, but who's loyal to a brand anymore? What's the cheapest one? Or loyalty. We have different kinds of loyalty, but what I'm talking about is the kind of loyalty that where someone will actually change their plans to help you out. Like when you're in need. Someone who shows up in an emergency. Actually, we had an interesting experience on Wednesday night. We have our evening study with Rev Thompson. Actually, I encourage you, if you have the opportunity to come, it's really a good time. Rev Thompson shares a lot of the providential things that are happening and some insights, and we have some dialogue. I encourage you Wednesday nights here, the study with Rev Thompson. But last Wednesday was a very adventurous day for our family because we had a flat tire. So, most of the time during the day, I'm fixing the flat tire, fell off the jack, so crashed on the ground, had to get a call and get roadside assistance to pump it up. And anyway, finally we got it back over here. And then we saw the last little bit. You could say goodbye to Reverend Thompson, right? This is pretty funny. And then we cleaned up and we're here for a while. Everyone's checking on it. Everything's okay. Yeah, we're fine. Everyone went. Then about maybe half hour after everyone's gone, maybe it's around 9:30 or so, and we get out there and start to drive home, and the car sounds terrible. It's like we started driving. Feels like we're grinding the brakes or something. It's like, what's going on? So, well, can we make it home? Well, we might be able to make it home, but who knows what the car will be like if we do that. But so, honestly speaking, I was exhausted at that point. I'd had to jack up the car twice, and it didn't work both times. and running back and forth from Costco to here because the flat tire was over at Costco. I said, okay, look, let's go back to the church. I'm going to bed. Let's just spend the night at church, and then tomorrow morning we'll call up the tow people, and they'll come and pick it up. We'll take it, get it fixed, and go on with our lives. So both Renata and Eleanor said to me, no, I'll call my friend. So Renata called up her friend, and Eleanor called up her friend, and they both said, sure, I'll come. They were doing other things. Renata's friend was in the middle of her homework. She had a bunch of homework to do for tomorrow. Eleanor's friend they were at a dance practice, a rehearsal thing. Both of them said, sure, I'll come. I was kind of like, wow, that's pretty good. And it ended up, because since Renata's friend had homework, or Eleanor's friend came and picked us up and took us all the way up to my mom's, which is way up north. Dropped us off there, we got a car, But that's loyalty. That kind of friendship, it's like, wow. It makes such a difference in our lives. Well, how many people do we have in our lives we show that kind of loyalty? That people can count on us for that kind of thing. I was embarrassed because if we'd realized there was a problem, we had lots of the whole house, room full of people who would have been happy to give us a ride. We didn't realize that everybody was already gone. But having friends, people that we can count on, and people that work, it's so important. That builds trust. So someone that's reliable, we can count on, someone that's loyal, and also someone that can keep our secrets confidential. We have friends that actually we can share deep things with, things that even that like we're struggling, and we can trust that they are going to keep it to themselves. When I'm sharing with someone, that I trust deeply, and I'm talking about my spiritual struggles, So, fortunately, not on the next day on Facebook, all over the website, Pastor Charles is struggling like a crazy guy. It's true. I do. But, when you share something with someone in confidence, it's actually important to be able to do that. The most poisonous thing to destroy trust is gossip. Gossip is poison. We need to put our mindset to avoid gossip at all costs. Sometimes, just in casual speaking, we talk about a friend who shared something with us in trust, in confidence. And we just casually speak about it to other people, but it's not really relevant. And it just loose speaking like that, gossip can destroy a friendship very easily because trust gets broken so easy that way. We want to be a safe person, that someone can share their things with. Don't we want people that we can trust, that we can share confidential things with? Because if we don't have someone we can share with, we struggle with it ourselves. But if we have a friend that we can talk things over, even things that we're having problems with or whatever, and work through them. It's a process of working through things that is so healing and so valuable in a true friend, in a good friend. Actually, Father Moon says a few things about this. He says, be the friend that your friends always feel safe in confiding all their secrets. Someone like that is the very best friend anyone can have. We should be trustworthy people. And at the same time, in another verse, Father Moon says, you must have a friend whom you can trust with a sincere heart in God's stead. That means someone we can trust like we trust God. Someone that we can share our heart with. It's so important for our spiritual life and for our health to have someone that we can trust, to have people in our lives that we can trust, and also that we're someone that our friends can trust and count on. So, invest time and be people that can be trusted. Build up that trust. And the third point is listening. Listening doesn't mean just hearing. Oh, I hear you. I hear what you're saying. La, la, la. Music in the background. No. Listening with empathy. listening for genuine understanding for our friends. When we speak with people, when we're talking with people, we shouldn't assume that we know what they're saying already. Oh yeah, they're going to go on and on about what they don't like. Again, I've heard this before. I'm just got to tune up. No, actually genuinely paying attention, and not thinking, okay, I have to wait for a break so I can insert what I want to say, right? Sometimes in conversations we're just waiting for, okay, what am I going to say next? How am I going to talk? We're not listening to the person anymore. We're thinking about what we're going to say, right? It's so easy to do that. It's so kind of automatic. When we do our couples and relationship skills building, active listening is an important skill in any relationship, but especially with friends, that we can genuinely listen to each other. And that means paying attention more than just the words they say. Paying attention to what's the emotion behind the words. Someone might convey something and they just say the same thing, but you can feel there's something different there. Having eye contact with our friend. Pay attention to the body language. Sometimes a friend says, oh yeah, I'm feeling pretty good today. Well, there's a few cues there, as your friend, I think something's not quite right. You don't look like you feel so good. Genuine friends pay attention to all these messages and signals. We genuinely listen to what people are saying. And, especially for us guys, listening does not mean fixing. Doesn't mean, oh, okay, oh, here's the answer. I've got the solution. I mean, all of us have this, can do this. Not just guys, just guys are typical for doing it. But, also not interrupting, oh, yeah, let me put in my 2 cents to what you're saying. Oh, yeah. No, genuine listening means I really want to receive. I really want to get what my friend is conveying to me. Now, the experience of someone who listens to me is precious. If you think about it in your life, when you have someone who genuinely is listening to you, this is why we do that exercise of active listening, of repeating back and making sure I understood what the person says to me. This is that marriage relationship skill building exercise where when a person says something, then you repeat it back so they know for sure that you understood what they said. That experience of really knowing that that person is genuinely listening to me, that that person genuinely cares about what I'm saying, it's profound. It's very moving, very healing as well. So if we're people who can listen to others with that quality, then we could find those people in our lives who listen like that. We model that behavior by first being the people who listen to others. So, one more point, or actually 3 more points. But the next point, all of us, we're a little bit unusual. Each one of us. The divine principle calls us individual truth bodies. Right? We're all unique. And honestly speaking, a little bit weird. We all have these flaws and these challenges and things like that. A genuine friend accepts us for who we are. Is not, you're my friend because I want you to be this way, and I think you're this way. A genuine friend accepts us for who we are and loves us for who we are. And that power of acceptance, that unconditional love, is extremely powerful and healing. Unconditional love, that kind of acceptance, gives us the freedom to change. Sometimes we're trying, I love you, but I'm going to fix you. And everything's wrong. What that does, it builds up resistance. I'm much less likely to change when someone's always telling me what's wrong than if someone genuinely loves me, accepts me, and then on that foundation supports me in being able to change. Love makes all the difference. Acceptance makes all the difference. Unconditional love gives us the freedom to change. And in relationships, we'll go through up and down times, bumps in the relationship. Sometimes I do something weird. A good friend is able to forgive my weirdness, my mistakes, the things that I do, and accept me in love. We all want to be accepted. We also, if we want deep friends, we need to be people who can accept others. Recognize their characteristics, their unique qualities. Accept them and love them for who they are as a friend. So we don't hold grudges. We forgive and we accept and love those who are friends, the people that are important to us. Hey, here's a quote from Proverbs. It says, overlooking a person's faults cultivates love, but nagging about those faults destroys friendships. Right? So nagging is not an effective way to bring about change. Genuine love and caring, that helps heal and helps us grow and helps us change. Well, the next thing, quality of true friendship, of deep friendship, is that with friends, we go through the up times and the down times together. And we're with them. We be with them. You know, when things are good and when things are not good. So first let's talk about when things are good. You know, when someone's winning or success. If we learn how to enjoy and celebrate other people's successes, well, that multiplies the joy that we have in our life. If you think about it, if I only celebrate when I'm successful, how many times am I going to celebrate? You know, a few times. You know, every once in a while I'm successful and I can celebrate, right? But if I celebrate when the people I care about in my life are successful, oh, what am I doing? I'm multiplying the opportunities for joy, right? Now, remember, God created us for the purpose of experiencing joy. When I celebrate together with a friend who's been successful, when I'm celebrating and enjoying that, what am I doing? I'm increasing the joy for that friend. Don't you appreciate it when you're successful in something and someone is also happy for you and celebrates with you? Wow, we're multiplying joy for that friend, right? We're increasing their level of joy and happiness at their accomplishment. Well, how about me? Yeah, I'm getting more joy. So I'm having a more joyful experience because I get to participate in their success. Well, who else gets to experience joy? God. God's joyful to see, oh, my children, they're celebrating together. We multiply joy that way. So when we celebrate together, you know, and it increases joy in the world. And we're all about increasing the joy in the world, right? And joy and happiness in the world. So that means, you know, let's be a cheerleader for each other. You know, yay, go team, hooray, success. And we avoid being envious, or feeling jealous about other people's successes, or feeling critical or resentful or competitive. You know, all those things, it just poisons our happiness. It destroys our happiness. When we can be truly joyful for another person's success, we multiply joy in the world. You know, for God, for them, for us, and the environment. So, the other side of this is when people are going through difficulties and losses. You know, when we can be there, not just fair weather friends. Oh yeah, I'm always ready there when there's a party, right? When things are good, I'm going to help celebrate with you. But when things are difficult, and when people are going through hardships, being able to be there, you know, being there to invest time, to give quality time, to be a place of trust where the person can go through the grieving process or whatever difficulty and trust that the friend will keep that confidence. You know, that we will be there to listen, to hear and understand, and not judge or not fix it or whatever, but just be there, be present and accept and love them. And we all need this. We all have up times and down times. And when we're going through difficulties, times of loss, to be able to share that loss, to be there for our friends, the people that we care about. So, finally, good friends, and the quality of a true, deep friendship is that we bring out the best in each other. Nobody can become all that we're made to be alone. God designed us to be people who grow through relationships, exist through relationships. We're not meant to be by ourselves. sometimes our biggest contribution to the world might be the difference we make in our friends' lives, supporting them, bringing out the best in them, seeing the best in them, believing in them, being loyal to them, that kind of thing. A critic, a person who, and this isn't just, celebrating all the good things. A genuine friend, also when friend is in trouble or has a problem or something's wrong, a genuine friend is actually willing to share, I think something's wrong here, and help get us. We get off course, at least I do. Maybe you don't, but I do. I definitely get off course, and I need friends that I can count on. Again, people that I trust, people who will listen to me, people who accept me, who I know love me, but who can say, "Hey, Charles, you're getting off course. Hey, wake up! Come on, what you doing there?" I need people who can call me on my junk, on my stuff, on the things that I'm doing wrong. Now, a critic, it comes, is advises or gives correction from the perspective of rejection. This is what's wrong. This is what's wrong with you. A friend, gives advice or suggestions or points out things from the heart of love and acceptance, out of care. Not a fake care, but a genuine care for the other person. So if we think about it, in our life, we have lots of relationships. How are with our friends, are we bringing out the best in the people around us? Are we nurturing the good stuff? And do we have people in our lives who are doing that? Our friends, are they nurturing us? Do we feel like, when I'm around this person, I'm a better person? When people are around us, do they become better people? That's what we want. And do I have people in my lives that I can trust to call me when I'm making a mistake, when I'm maybe off track or doing something not so good? These 6 qualities, look at your relationships. This is not just friends. Actually, all this stuff applies right in the family. Relation with brothers and sisters, or relation with husband and wife, all of our dimensions, all of our relations can do, and be enriched by these qualities. So, if I look at my friendships and the people I have in life, think about my close friends, people who are close to me. How much time do I invest in that relationship? How much time do I give, genuine time, quality time, to that friendship, to nurturing and keeping that friendship? How much trust is there? How reliable am I? How loyal am I? How do I keep confidence? Can people trust to share deep things with me? I want to look at my relationships that way. Am I a good listener? Am I accepting and loving of people? Do I celebrate, successes, but also am I there when they're having difficulties and going through hard times? Do I bring out the best in my friends? And also in my life, how many people do I have that I can say all these 6 things are happening? If we don't have people in our lives where we can see these qualities of true friendship, then we should probably look at ourselves first. But look, I need to deepen some of my friendships. I need to turn some of my acquaintances into deeper friendships. Casual interaction and friendships into deeper relationships so that God can work in our lives. This also, of course, applies to our relationship with God, our Heavenly Parent. Do we spend quality time with God? Can God trust us? Do we respond to God's calling? Do we love our God, our Heavenly Parent? Do we celebrate and suffer with God in God's heart? And do we do our best in all the things in our lives? Let me close with this quote from Father Moon. Father Moon says, "Be a person who can create harmony and friendships. Someone who can harmonize with everyone. Everything starts to flow from here." Please join me in prayer. Good morning, Father, Mother God, our loving Heavenly Parent. We're so grateful for the many blessings that we have in our lives and the many people in our lives and relationships that we have. We know, Heavenly Parent, that there's places where we can grow in our ability to be true friends. Heavenly Parent, we want to be people of your genuine love, of your genuine heart, that can truly be trusted, that listen to people, that love genuinely, that spend time, that invest time, that we are the people that bring out the best in others. Heavenly Parent, we're so sorry when we think about the friends that maybe we've betrayed or not done so well by or neglected. Please help us to develop the habits, the skills, and the tradition in our own lives of multiplying goodness and multiplying love, especially through our relationships with friends. Heavenly Parent, pray that we can become true friends and that we can multiply in the number of true and deep friends and relationships that we have in our lives. So, Heavenly Parent, we offer ourselves again gratefully to you, and I report this as a blessed central family. Amen and adieu. Okay, thank you, everyone. Please turn to your neighbor and share about the qualities of true friendship.